What's up, Amazon sellers? If you are thinking about commingling in your business, then this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to go through what is commingling, when to be commingling, when not to be commingling, and how to get it set up in Amazon Seller Central back of house for you. So stay tuned. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I've been selling on Amazon now for about 4 years, and I'm on a mission right now to do £1 million by the end of 2021. You can follow my journey up there and I will share you a video of my step-by-step what I'm doing, and talk about profits and how much money I'm making and what I'm going to change. So hopefully you can learn a thing or two about that. Watch that video. But as I said before, today I'm going to be going through everything to do with commingling. So quite simply, let's go through quickly now what I'm going to be talking about, and then we'll get into the content. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to give you a little bit of an understanding of Amazon logistics, Amazon FBA, and what is commingling around that. Number two, I'm going to go into depth with what is commingling and give you the full breakdown of what you should understand when commingling products. Number three, I'm going to talk about when you should do commingling and give you some examples of when it's going to work out better for your business. Number four, I'm going to share with you some of the dangers of commingling and probably what you want to think about avoiding if you're going to be doing commingling. Number five, I'm going to show you where to go on Seller Central to turn on or maybe turn off commingling if that's something that you want to do. So stay tuned. Okay, first things first, let's just go through Amazon logistics, fulfillment by Amazon. Now, let's say, for example, I want to sell some Nescafe coffee. Now, quite simply, if I'm using the Amazon Fulfillment Network, FBA, commingling is only relevant for FBA. If you're doing what's in merchant fulfilled, you don't need to worry about this. It's only for FBA. Now, quite simply, when I am shipping my products into Amazon, what you need to think about is how does Amazon understand the difference between my products and all the other millions of products that are shipped into Amazon? Well, quite simply, they're going to be using a barcode, something called a barcode on the actual product. Now, it's that barcode that they're going to scan that's going to identify if this is the product that they should have, on check-in, and also before they put it in the box to ship to the customer. Now, that is how Amazon understands which is the right product and which is the wrong product. Now, whether you choose to use the manufacturer barcode and commingle, or you choose to use an Amazon barcode and sticker it yourself, quite simply, it's going to be that barcode which helps Amazon manage the millions of products it has in its warehouses and gets them from the warehouse into the customer's hands. So today we're going to talk about particularly around how Amazon does that and how that barcode supports that whole process. So the question that you have been asking is, what is commingling? That is what you want to know. Well, quite simply, when I have my coffee product here and I try and ship it into Amazon, what's going to happen? Well, with commingling, Amazon's going to basically open up the box that I've shipped it in. They're going to pick out my coffee and scan the barcode. They're going to know this is the coffee that I said they sent in, and what they're going to do, they're going to put that on the shelf. Now, with commingling, they're going to put this on the shelf with other people's stock. Why? Because it's a branded product, Nescafe coffee, everyone sells it, other people have it, and it's all the same product. So whether it be my 5 Nescafe coffees with another seller's who've got 5 Nescafe coffees, now all of a sudden there are 10 Nescafe coffees in the warehouse, and they're all exactly the same product. So there's no need to separate them apart. So that is quite simply what commingling is. It's whereby we all use the same barcode from the manufacturer, and in the warehouse, they are commingled together or in the warehouse so that all our stock mixed together, but we still have the same amount of stock, just which physical items I shipped might be the different ones that go out on my shipments to the customer. One question you might be asking is, when should I be using commingling? Well, quite simply, if the products you are looking at buying are pretty much high volume items that are very common, everyone's got them, and say for example, coffee, just something like this, very normal, might be like toothpaste, generally fast moving consumer goods, they are going to be the kind of products that you probably want to do commingling with. Quite simply, it means that you don't need to stick a label on them. They're going to come into the Amazon warehouse, they can get straight out of the Amazon warehouse very quickly. Now, another advantage that you can do as well is that in the typical Amazon FBA business model or distribution model, you are going to buy something from a supplier. Now you're going to get that shipped to your house or your prep center, and then you're going to ship it on to Amazon's warehouses before it gets to the customer. Now, quite simply, if you work with wholesalers, a lot of wholesalers who understand the Amazon business model, they all quite happily ship directly from the wholesaler to Amazon directly. Now, this can save you one step in that logistics process, but also as well save you costs. And because you are using the standard barcode on the product, you don't need to worry about stickering the product, and you can commingle with products, which saves you time and money. It's going to help your business grow quicker. Okay, so one of the questions you might be asking is, commingling sounds great, it can even save me money. What are the dangers? Well, quite simply, you are a good seller, you do a great job, but unfortunately, not everyone might be as good as you. Now, let's say, for example, I'm sending my coffee in as commingled, and there is another seller sending their coffee in as well. What happens if that other seller's coffee maybe is a little bit worn around the edges, maybe really dusty, maybe even dirty, maybe even the date isn't where it needs to be? What could happen is, because the products are commingled, when that product gets sold, they might pick up one of the other person's or the other seller's stock, ship that on your order, and as a result, you're going to get left with negative customer reviews. So a bad customer experience, which could lead to the listing being deactivated and obviously putting your account in jeopardy. This probably won't happen on most goods, because they're high volume, you're not really going to get that problem. But if you're sending high-end goods, then it can certainly be a problem. So just be very mindful of that. We see this time and time again within the seller forums, and I'll drop an example up here of someone who talked about exactly the same situation. They've had products shipped to the customer, then they've had them returned because of a customer complaint, only to look at the products to find out they weren't actually their products in the first place. And this is a result of commingling. So some products, fast-moving consumer goods, definitely you can do through commingling. Other items, you might want to think about avoiding, doing something different. And that all depends on your strategy and the way you're running your business. Now, quite simply, we talked a bit about the dangers of commingling, and what are some of the real dangers that I think you need to be aware of? Well, quite simply, not only about dusty, poor quality products being shipped in, but the one big danger you've got to be careful of are fakes. And in particular, if you are selling certain types of items, the risk of, being commingled with other fakes is a lot higher. Things like watches, cameras, SD cards all have a high opportunity to being fakes. So if you are thinking about selling something, say for example, like a SD card, they're the little micro cards you put in your cameras. There's a lot of them which come in from China, very, very cheap, but unfortunately they are not authorized to be sold here because they are not real. I would really recommend you don't commingle things like that, because not only can your great quality product be mixed in with other people's, customers could be getting a fake product, and as a result, they could complain, and that has a very, very bad impact upon your Amazon business. So just be mindful of what kind of products you are selling, and obviously think about whether commingling or the Amazon barcode is going to be the right option for you going forward. Okay, so if commingling is for you and commingling is something that you want to do because, hey, the types of products that you're selling really match commingling and you're not going to get any problems with fakes, then the question you might want to ask is, how do I turn it on, or how do I set it up? Well, quite simply, by default, you should have it on, but if you want to check, what I'm going to do is now just go through a screen share of how to find the commingling setting, and obviously you can turn it on or off or change it to the Amazon barcode, and we'll do that now on the screen share. So let's jump on the computer and do that. This is another account that I have that we don't sell on, but I can use for examples. So quite simply, come into your Amazon Seller Central, and first things first, what you want to do is go up to settings, and you're going to come down to underneath, and you're going to come down to the bottom, and you're going to be looking at fulfillment by Amazon. So click on that, and that's going to take you into the settings for fulfillment by Amazon, where you can change all the relevant settings. Now, quite simply, you want to scroll down until you get to the point where it says FBA product barcode preference. And it says barcode preference here. Mine says manufacturer barcode right now. We're going to come over to edit, click on that. And what you've got here are two options: manufacturer barcode, which is effectively commingling, or the Amazon barcode, which is whereby you put a sticker over the barcode here. So if you want to use the barcode on the product itself, you want to use manufacturer barcode, i.e. you're not going to do any work, you literally ship it in as it is. Or if you want to change it to Amazon barcodes, i.e. label it yourself, change it to Amazon barcode, and obviously that is the setting that you want. That is pretty much where you find it on Amazon Seller Central. Quick question for you guys, do you prefer to commingle, or are you thinking about doing Amazon FBA labeling and obviously have your own labels on your products? Let me know down below, tell me what you're doing and why. I'm really interested to hear. Maybe we've got one more doing commingling or more people doing Amazon labeling. So drop it in the comments down below. Okay, so that is pretty much it, everything for Amazon commingling. If you've got any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments down below. And what I will say is hopefully you've liked this content. Give me a big thumbs up, that just lets me know that you like it. And hey, if you want to see more about it, do hit that subscribe button. Obviously you are going to get notified the moment something else comes out. But what I'm going to do is drop a link around here to a playlist for Amazon Arbitrage for beginners. This is a playlist that I put together of all of my top videos to help you out getting started in Amazon, selling on Amazon. But for me, Thomas Parkinson from FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.